It's digital transformation in the UAE and the launch of University of Wollongong, Dubai's new program to align with DT. And Dr. May El Barachi, Director of Computer Science and Information Technology Programs, very much with us. What a pleasant morning and nice to see you. Good morning.
Good morning. Pleasure to be here.
Yes, indeed. And interesting time for people from your industry, Doctor. And is it exciting to share it with the future generations as well?
Yes, it's very exciting to talk about this topic.
Yes. So let's dive deep
Digital
into
transformation. We need some transformation for traffic, Dr. May. Can we come up with a
yes,
solution?
we're working on it.
And do you drive, by the way?
I do.
Everyone
a lot of
does.
traffic today.
Absolutely. So let's start about digital transformation. Let's start the conversation, the topic. As we know that the region adapts to digital transformation, how is Dubai and UAE progressing with this, and how will education play a part?
Excellent question. So I think Dubai is a success story when it comes to digital transformation, and it really has positioned itself as a hub for innovation and shows a lot of openness and adopting emerging technologies and game-changing technologies, but also leading the way in this adoption. But before we talk about education, maybe just a little bit demystifying what is digital transformation itself for the audience. So really, digital transformation is about reimagining businesses in the digital era, right?
Okay.
How can we reinvent ourselves and reimagine ourselves in the digital era by creating new business processes and products, but also revamping the existing ones to make sure that we meet the demand, the consumer needs. And to have a successful digital transformation, you typically talk about three things. The first thing is strategy. Planning. Before we do anything at all, we need to plan how are we going to take the existing systems and transition them and revamp them into new, more improved ones and innovative ones. And this is not an easy planning. It's a long journey and it takes a long time.
True.
After that is the technology, right? So technology we can talk about for a long time, but there's many technologies that fall under this umbrella, from AI to cloud, IoT, and so on. And the third pillar is actually customer experience. All what we do in digital transformation is to have a great customer experience that is fantastic and streamless and smooth.
1 star, 5 stars.
Yes, absolutely. So now to do all of that, when you think about it, you need someone who's pretty well-rounded, who understands the business side of things, but also the technologies and can speak both languages, right? And this is where education comes into the picture. We need people with the right skill set, the right digital skill sets, but also are able to plan and design the solutions for us. So there is a shortage of skill in the area, and that's why more and more programs need to be developed for digital transformation.
So this somehow, looks like an IT degree with an MBA degree. It's something like that, yeah? You're managing a business also. You're also expert in technology.
Absolutely, you actually nailed it. It's at the intersection of business and IT if you really want to have the right profile. Because you need alignment, right? Typically, business people, they'll talk about their numbers and budget and, bottom line.
Cost cutting.
Yes. Now, yes, but not all the time. And technical people talk about technology and technicality, but they don't speak the same language. What if you have someone who speaks both language and can translate and align the two sides, the requirements of two sides?
Dr. May, the first question that comes to your mind, of course, you were talking about cost cutting, but it's also at the cost of manpower, at least initially, because you're having that transition, then more and more people join.
Yes.
So is that also kept in mind, or?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's in any new initiative, you need new resources and then the right skill set. But when you think about the benefits that you're going to get, it's worth it, because when you talk about digital transformation, you're talking about automation, streamlining things, reducing error, actually cutting cost and time and effort. So all the benefits you get, it's worth getting few resources to help you achieve that.
It sounds fascinating, like you said, that ease of time, you save time, more productivity, but there are always challenges. And will you be able to name them right now, or as time goes by, there'll be different challenges to get that smooth sailing and
Yeah, I mean, in terms of challenges to achieve successful digital transformation, you mean?
Or get people used to it, and they're not unlearn and then relearn.
Right. The main challenge is forming the right skill set, which is not easy because you almost have to be multidisciplinary. You have to be well-rounded, which people are not used to this concept yet. Another thing really is, I would say, acceptance. Sometimes we just throw technologies at people and say, here you go, use this, you know.
True.
But it has to be a process and a journey, and we have to take the people on the journey with us from the beginning so that they're aware what are the changes, why we're making them, how it will impact us, you know. So these are some of the key challenges. And of course, the rapid evolution of the field itself. Whatever you learn today, after 3 years, it becomes obsolete, and you have to constantly reinvent yourself and grow. Yeah.
You know, as your role as a director of computer science and information systems at University of Wollongong, Dubai, how is computer science an enabler to the digital transformation era compared to 10 years back?
Where were you 10 years back, Dr. May?
I was still here in the UAE, but at a different university, actually. But before that, I was in Canada. So, I experienced the West and the East. But
so you can relate quite, because two different regions.
Yes, absolutely. The region here is very exciting, actually, and very dynamic and rapidly evolving, I would say, compared to other places. But coming to Vivek's question about computer science as an enabler to digital transformation, it's interesting because computer science at the core is about solving business problems using software, right? So how to design and develop and implement and test these large software solutions that solve business needs and personal needs. So when it comes to digital transformation, a big chunk of it is software solution.
Yes.
So who's going to develop that? Computer scientists. That's why there is a huge need now and demand for these skills, and actually a talent war on computer scientists.
Correct, yes.
Yeah.
So 10 years back, we didn't envision this. We didn't kind of have an idea that this is what is going to happen. Or we knew it. This is where we are going to end up.
I mean, you don't really know what's going to happen in 10 years or 5 years.
Because it's changing
even.
so fast?
It's changing so fast, but you also don't know how it's going to shape up. I would say that it's the natural evolution. It's just the next step.
But there must be a roadmap that this is where we are heading.
Yeah. There is a roadmap, but it takes a long time to achieve. So if you look at Dubai, for example, which is a success story in digital transformation, they started more than 10 years back transforming the government from a traditional government to an e-government. Today, I don't think there is a single process that is on paper. Everything is
true.
in one app in our pocket.
You're
right?
spot on, because earlier, 10 years back, there were queues
Yes.
waiting for the parking and then waiting for your turn.
Yes.
And this time, it's even if you haven't approached the office, they offer you that you can have your token,
Yes.
and then you come there. It's your mobile and their computer having the communication,
Yes.
saving time and ease of work. So yes, never actually imagined that right here in UAE 10 years back.
Yeah, absolutely. A big change. And it's still changing and evolving, especially with artificial intelligence now and the big talk about
That's
it.
Right. And one great digital transformation I thought was the banking industry, where you had to actually literally do everything going to the bank.
Yes.
And now you don't need to.
Absolutely. We now hear about virtual banks that don't have a physical location.
Establishment,
Yeah, it's all online, purely online. You do everything online because most of the transactions you don't really need to go to the bank.
And the feedback, Dr. May, that we've got is absolutely fantastic when you save time and effort. So considering that, tell us about this new program that you're launching to align with the digital transformation.
Yes, so we're very excited actually about this program. We started the process a year and a half back, designing this program in close collaboration with the industry. We thought this cannot be a purely academic program. It has to be an industry academia collaboration so that we focus on the skill set required by the industry. So we partnered with few big industry players, and the program, again, as we were talking, is not purely technical. It touches upon strategy, it touches upon technology, technology touches about innovation and design thinking, because when you think about it, digital transformation is about innovation, is about creating something new and creative and streamlined. And then at the end of the program, the students have the opportunity to spend 6 months as an internship or professional placement in an industry lab, working with industry and academic experts to solve real life problems using the concepts they learn. So we're very excited
Who
about.
all can join in, Dr. May?
So again, we were really we wanted to make it as broad as possible. So people, of course, from computer science and IT background would be ideal. But even if you're coming from a business background,
Okay.
the program has a track for practitioners, right? So people who want to be more like consultants, you know, they want to understand the technology, how it can impact the business, how we can design the solution, but they wouldn't be implementing the solution themselves. So it's really exciting to have this track, which is the practitioner for consultants, and the other track for developers, the techies, you know, the people who want to go deeper in the technicalities and implementation.
So there will be further extension to this, or this is for now is most comprehensive that you have planned and come?
I mean, we try to make it as comprehensive as possible, but again, because the area is so dynamic, you constantly have to
Ever
evolve.
evolving.
Yes, exactly. So
Right.
we think
And
that
we
is going to evolve.
keep talking about you need to upskill all the time. What you did, let's say MBA in marketing, now you need to do MBA in digital marketing. So this will try to bridge that gap as well. But
Yes.
already who have completed their education in that field, can they be a part of this, and how will they get an upskill?
Yeah, absolutely. I think because this one really focus on the specific skills needed to achieve successful digital transformation initiatives, which is quite in demand. Which company in the world doesn't want savings and efficiencies
True.
and the competitive advantage in the market, right? And a great customer experience. So I think it's exciting because for the first time this is actually the first program in the region as
okay.
Master of
In
Digital
the region itself.
Yes, as Master of Digital Transformation, and that's why we're excited. But I think that the really key differentiating factor is this close collaboration with the industry. And we'll have industry experts coming to the classroom talking about real case studies, real data sets that they will
fantastic.
present, projects they worked on. So really to expose the students to real life projects.
What's the time duration?
So the program is about a year and a half, and it's pretty streamlined.
In
yeah.
one language?
English, yeah.
For now, it's
Yes.
in English. And what about people, like you said, it's for the whole region, so they have to physically come down, or technology again?
Yes, for the moment, what we're doing is we're offering it on weekends in block teaching mode. So even if you're working or coming from, close by countries, you can fly in for the weekend, attend the classes, do your work, and leave. But eventually, we'll look into blended learning modes where some things will be online and some things will be face to face.
Fantastic initiative. If you have more questions on this or maybe otherwise, University of Wollongong, Dubai, Dr. May El Barachi is very much with us. To reach us on 0586861003. You can call us on 80081003. It's a toll-free number, and we'll catch you right after this break.
Talk 100.3 Sport.
In football, Sean Dyche says it is his job to make the quality players in Everton's squad shine after being appointed manager. The Toffees sacked Frank Lampard last week with the club 19th in the Premier League and 2 points from safety. Dyche, who joins on a 2.5-year contract until June 2025, had been out of work since being dismissed by Burnley last April. Dyche is Everton majority owner Farhad Moshiri's 7th managerial appointment since buying into the club in Feb 2016. His first game in charge will be at home against league leaders Arsenal in the top flight on 4th February, and he said it was an honour to become Everton manager. Meanwhile, Real Madrid will face bitter rivals Barcelona in the Copa del Rey semi-finals after the draw was made at the Spanish FA's headquarters on Monday. Osasuna will clash against Athletic Bilbao in the other semi-final. The matches take place on 4 different dates in Feb, March and April, with the Spanish FA having a schedule headache as Real Madrid play in the FIFA Club World Cup early in Feb and then 2 legs of the Champions League's last 16. Real and Barca meet in the first leg at Camp Nou on March 1st and will play the second leg at Santiago Bernabeu on April 4th or 5th. Osasuna will play Athletic on Feb 8 and March 1st. In tennis, Novak Djokovic says winning a 10th Australian Open to equal Rafael Nadal's record 22 Grand Slam men's title is the biggest victory of his life. Djokovic beat Stefanos Tsitsipas in Melbourne, having missed last year's event after being deported because of his COVID-19 vaccination status. He also had to deal with a hamstring injury. Only the team and the family knows what we have been through in the last 4 or 5 weeks, said the Serb. I would say this is probably the biggest victory of my life considering those circumstances. Djokovic overcame with emotion after sealing a straight win over Greek third seed Tsitsipas on Rod Laver Arena. In golf, Rory McIlroy withstood a final round onslaught from rival Patrick Reed to clinch his third Hero Dubai Desert Classic title. Starting the day 3 shots clear, world number 1 McIlroy needed to hold his nerve on the last, sinking a 14-feet birdie putt to finish on 19 under par and see off Reed by 1 shot. American Reed played his part on a thrilling final day, the first Monday finish in the tournament's history as he carded a 7 under par 65. But McIlroy ultimately held his nerve as he finished with back-to-back birdies to seal his third victory at Emirates Golf Club. In cricket, Mickey Arthur and the PCB are close to agreeing a deal that will result in Arthur's return to the Pakistan men's side, but as team director and not as previously head coach. Talks between the two had ended 3 weeks ago when the PCB announced it was moving on in its search for a replacement for Saqlain Mushtaq, the outgoing Pakistan coach. The two sides had failed to reach an agreement on how such a role could work, given Arthur had a long-term deal with Derbyshire, which he does not want to end. But last week, Najam Sethi, the interim head of the PCB, revealed that he was continuing the pursuit of Arthur. According to a source, the arrangement is close to being finalized now, with Arthur potentially starting from April 1st as team director. And that's all from the sports desk on Talk 100.3.
Talk 100.3.
Hi, I'm Dr. Rohit Kumar. If you're looking to lose weight in fast, effective and safe way, you can trust my 16 years of experience in performing weight loss surgeries. I also treat breast-related disorder, varicose veins, hernia, gallbladder stones, hemorrhoids, anal fissure and fistulas. I believe in a simple philosophy that no matter at what point of time in life and career you are, you should always strive to learn more and achieve more. Call me on 055 196 5678.
Guided straight to gully.
Abu Dhabi Night Riders or the Desert Vipers? Who has the real bite? Dubai Capitals and the Gulf Giants. Watch the stumps fly.
Oh, he's knocked him over middle stump.
MI Emirates and the Sharjah Warriors. Watch them go into battle.
Upish. Oh, it's taken. First ball.
Keep updated with all the action of the DP World International League T20. 6 teams, 84 international and 24 UAE-based players.
Goes again. This is terrific.
The DP World International League T20. Keep listening to Talk 100.3.
Waking you up to the UAE's conversation. Talk Breakfast with Vivek Sunil and Sobia Khan on Talk 100.3.
48 minutes of the hour of 8. Good morning. Talk Breakfast chal raha hai. And of course, we've got Dr. May from University of Wollongong, Dubai. We're talking about all things technology and what an exciting plan they've come up with. 1.5 year over the weekend, you can join the only one of its kind in the region as well. Before we get to one of the topic that I think Dr. May was expecting and we got to know off air, and that's ChatGPT. We'll continue that. Anything else, Dr. May, that you would like to share with us regarding this exciting course? It's a detailed one for now that you would like to share with our listeners. We've also got a couple of messages that we'll cover.
Yeah, sure. As I said, we are very excited because we wanted something very hands-on, very practical.
Was it in demand?
Of course, yeah. We've spoken to a lot of employers, and we have our advisory board from the industry, and they say we needed this yesterday because there is a big shortage of skills. So we hope that it
right
will,
on time.
Yes.
Wow, so before you enroll the course, you'll actually land up with a job.
Hopefully. Work and study at the same time.
Dr. May, we are very happy that our listeners are enjoying this conversation. Just have a few messages, and one of them, there's a question.
So, Moiz, we got a question. He's saying that, it's a very insightful conversation, Dr. May, on digital transformation and your thoughts on ChatGPT as
there you go.
A disruptor.
That's probably a different conversation, but very a hot topic, of course. Yeah, I think ChatGPT has been in the making for 7 or 8 years. OpenAI has been developing this model. Think about it as a language model that was trained on everything that was written as human language, right? Whether it's text or speech, right? And then the way that AI works is normal systems are rule based. You program them to do specific steps and that's it. AI is different. It works like how we learn. So we feed it a lot of data, it learns the patterns from the data, and then it can gets the relationship between the input and the output. So I think what's exciting and kind of revolutionary about ChatGPT is that now you have an easy interface that anyone can use. In the past, these models existed, but you had to be a technical person, a computer scientist or programmer to interact with them. Now anyone, even kids, can go and just write a prompt and get an answer. The sky is the limit. Think of ChatGPT as a person who has read everything that's written, every book, every article, every piece of
know-it-all
text, and know it all and can answer based on this. This is how the easiest analogy I can give to the audience.
You spoke about revolution, your view on fourth industrial revolution strategy as well, and how is it going to be a playground for tech-enabled students?
Yeah, so the fourth industrial revolution is the era that we are in. And basically, as I mentioned before, the UAE has positioned itself as an innovation hub and a playground for trying out and adopting new and emerging technologies. So with the region, with the government, I always like to say it's almost like run like a startup type of government. It's very agile, very dynamic, very innovative. So we are in the right region to be exposed to all the new technologies.
That's right.
And I think it's the right place to be, to work, to learn, and to study about all of this.
And not just having that transition, but making it as easy as possible.
Yeah.
You know, the proper steps that are required, creating that awareness. So very lucky, and I think that's the reason that it's attracting a lot of people from the industry as well.
Yes.
Going back to the plan that University of Wollongong Dubai offering, is there any criteria that will the faculty will look into before enrolling, Dr. May?
The admission is pretty open to people from different background. We focus on IT and CS background, but if someone is from a business background, they should have some exposure to IT systems just to have the essential information. If not, we offer some remedial courses that they will take just to have the essential information and then succeed in the program. But beside this, it's open to a wide range of audience, really, from business and IT backgrounds.
Perfect.
Amazing. We got a question from Ali Imtiaz, and he's asking, if I want to know more about this course, Digital Transformation, where and how can they get in touch?
So you just go to our website and you can chat on the chat bot or
Wow.
yes.
I like that, chat.
Yes, or send an email to our admission team and we'll be more than happy to help you and give you all the details.
So is it a home project as well, the chat?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
It's
Nice.
interesting because you're from the field, Dr. May. I'm just wondering that at home, everything will be very technology oriented at your place. Is it like that?
A bit, but not too much. Try to disconnect at home a little bit.
Yes, a balance is required.
I think it's just this whole the new generation is anyways digital natives, right?
They love it.
Yeah, they're born into it, right? So
We just had an artist, very talented, and she said that today's generation, they say we don't want to paint. It can be so messy.
Yes.
We don't want all these things lying around.
Yes.
So online with technology, it's smooth.
More
and
neater, more accurate, more better.
yeah,
Better results as well.
very very clean.
Dr. May, I would like to ask you, what do you foresee now, if you have any, insights in terms of industry and
Trends, you mean, and things like that.
correct, yeah, because we never thought that there would be a food delivery app and it would be so convenient for us to just order food.
I think it's very difficult to know what's going to happen in the future because things come that we never anticipated. But what I know for sure is it's an exciting future. It's going to be things that we never thought of. We always talk about the cities of the future or smart cities as cities where it's technologically advanced but also focus on happiness and quality of life. So
emotions should be there.
Yes,
Wow.
yes. So I think it will be this balance between technology and how to make people happy and
So
satisfied.
2033, you might be landing in our studios in flying car.
Why
with
not?
Dr. May.
Why not?
Why not? Because we already seen some flying cars out of the Museum of the Future,
Correct,
right?
yeah.
In the inauguration. So.
Wasn't that a Photoshop video or?
No, I think people seen it and actually took it. No, but they've been trialing out also
Correct,
the flying
yeah.
taxis. So very soon we'll
That's
be
future, yes,
yeah,
near
yeah.
future.
Yeah, near future.
As someone who doesn't have a technology background, how should we accept this, or how should we look at it?
Some advice and tips from your side.
That's a great question. I think no job in the future will exist without some knowledge of technology,
Yes.
right?
Wow.
Yes, so you need some background. It doesn't mean you need to go very deep or technically, but we need some kind of trainings and programs that cater to different levels of people. So, for example, I was in a panel talking about artificial intelligence in healthcare, and the lady next to me is a pharmacist, and she's like, I want to learn about AI, but I'm so scared because it's so technical. I said, no, but it depends how we teach it to you, you know, how we expose you to it. So I think more and more we'll see trainings and programs that teach technology for non-IT backgrounds, for business people, because
Correct.
they also need to be familiar with it.
Right.
So having these different levels.
You're
will
so
help.
right, because if we see our grandparents, perhaps some parents, they were not used to these, chatting softwares or
Yeah.
different apps.
Yes.
But now with ease and,
It's still a problem. When I call my parents, I only see the roof video call, and I'm like, okay,
cameras.
get it on your face. It is quite a struggle.
like she said, you need a good teacher.
Yeah.
But it'll be easier for the younger generation to adapt to it and then
Oh, yeah.
move forward.
Younger generation is natural for them, but any new innovation takes time for the
Right.
society,
Right.
to adjust to it. You have some people who are thought leaders, pioneers. Anything new, they're the first one at the door and get it. And other people who want to see success stories and others what they did. And then some other people who we call them the laggers. They do it at the very end.
You're
know?
right. Yes, spot
It's
on.
just psychological profiling of people. Yeah.
Dr. May, you are preparing, the future generations. What about the faculty? How University of Wollongong, Dubai prepared them for the future as well? Because like you said, a good student is basically a product of a good teacher.
That's a great question. Thank you for that. I think we prepare them by constantly also training them as well, right? So if you are an expert in a field, that's great, but your field is rapidly evolving. You can't just teach the same thing for 10 years. It doesn't work. So all the faculty members who will be teaching in this program have been trained on all these concepts and technologies and got certified actually from the industry before they are even involved in the programs. So I think it's just the mindset, the growth mindset, that we are not done. We're always evolving, we're always learning, and we have to keep ourselves relevant by learning all the time. Even if we're professors, we didn't finish learning ourselves,
Would you say that learning about technology or understanding about the subject is much more fun than any other subject?
Yeah, because it's very, it's hands-on. It's like
Right.
you try.
It's so practical, right?
It's very practical, yeah. And this is what the students love. They want to do things by their hand. I think this young generation is focused on doing. They don't like to sit for 2 hours listening to theories. No, but they want to immediately do something, right?
Right.
The instant gratification need, pretty much.
Right.
So what we do is now, instead of teaching them whole lecture and then labs, we do it workshop format, bite-sized information, 10 minutes of concept, then apply right away, working groups, solve problems, present to I think you need to adjust your style of teaching to cater to the future and the needs of this generation as well.
This is incredible. What great times, Dr. May. And of course, all the kudos to you and the hardworking team of University of Wollongong, Dubai, making the future brighter with today's generation. Again, quickly we'll mention how people can get in touch for this great, one of its kind in this region, which is very, very interesting. And if you can tell us how they can approach you.
So if you search up University of Wollongong, Dubai on Google, that will be the easiest. The first link you get is our website. You go there. There is a link for admission. Just contact them and they will give you all the details.
So the course you need to look forward to, the program is digital transformation.
Yes, correct.
Perfect.
Happy transforming yourself for the better future. And Dr. May, thank you and your team all. And of course, give our regards. So many from University of Wollongong, Dubai have been here. Always a pleasure.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure being here. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.